Making fun of Hollywood for spending way too much money making television shows and films that everybody laughs at is something that we do here. We cover the math. Well, it's kind of hard to ignore the terrible math for the Democrat Party and the Kamala Harris campaign after the presidential election concluded last week with Donald Trump being declared the victor. You know, what's interesting is, where do you spend $1 billion on a campaign like this? Well, one of the places that you might wind up doing it is over here with social media influencers. Yes, Fruity Pebbles like this guy right here got paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to run around and stump for, in this case, Kamala Harris. And wouldn't you know it, some of them had a bit of a meltdown out there on, election night. Renegade Online. Well, maybe I should play some of these first. Maybe I should play some of the actual screaming banshees that are out there. And Stephanie, I don't know if you made your own video, screaming about the Trump election. No, I know you didn't. But I mean, this has been.
I have self-respect. I wouldn't do that.
Well, you know what? That's why you're here. We want the women that have the self-respect. So let me bring this up because this is a montage that Alec Jones put together. So we'll just go ahead and use this as an intro.
I can't believe this country did this again. I can't do this anymore. I'm literally sick. I'm literally sick to my stomach.
I'm going to get drunk today, and I'm going to act like an angry black woman because I'm fucking angry! Whoa! No! He's a felon! He's a felon! I don't want him here anymore.
What has happened to America? What has happened to democracy? What has happened to freedom? I'm done.
Does anybody know how to find or hire a hitman or woman? Because we don't want to be sexist. I'm angry as fuck, bro. I'm angry. I'm hurt. My feelings are fucking hurt.
I am so frustrated!
He's ruining my life, her life, and the lives of every single immigrant in this country!
He's a fake motherfucker who is not a real human being. He's a piece of shit.
I hope you were so fucking happy that the economy is supposedly going to be okay now because you voted for Donald Trump, the man who was going to take away all the rights of so many groups of people, not even just fucking trans people, so many groups of fucking people that are not straight cis white men.
But I could see it, breaking me and my parents apart because they just don't get it, and they don't get that they voted for someone who's gonna make my friends' lives hell.
As you can see, these are paragons of mental health.
I wanted to go back to 2 videos back before Gay Wolverine there. There was that one person, that person said he's literally not human.
Yeah. He's a lizard person.
Get out the litter box, folks.
Well, this is the rhetoric that got him shot at. And
Right.
they'll never own that. They'll never accept that. And this is something that I and many others tried pointing out from the very start. It's like, look, because I'm somebody who, and you know this too, Valiant, you got kids close to the same age. I got a kid that's close to the age of the kid that took pot shots at the president, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's been fed for half of his life through school, media, social media, and any other kind of outlet that you could think of that Trump is all the isms, the Hitlers, and the whatevers, and dangers to democracy.
Yeah.
And then you got people saying that he's literally not human. That's what leads to that kind of shit happening, kids.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time. And it really is. And it goes on. There's about another minute or so. We'll just kind of get through this here real quick.
Sorry, I just wanted to point that out before we got too far past it.
No, you're right. It's what it is. And this is why we started the show with what we did. It's the same type of gaslighting that Hollywood does with everything, right? Whether it's Avengers or Star Wars or whatever else. Hey, this will be successful. This is great, blah, blah, blah. And the problem is that when it fails, the shills out there, like the Disney Star Wars shills, Don't they look and sound an awful lot like these people right here from
they
Tuesday
all are the
night?
same people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
the
the
same
point.
deranged morons. But it's like the whole thing is these are the people that are crying about people being dehumanized while they're dehumanizing someone.
That's exactly it. It's the Disney Star Wars shills, but put into Tuesday night election 24.
Why did I let myself have hope? I hope at the end of this, when we're destroyed, that you fuckers are happy. I fucking hope you're happy.
I also not only won't care when all the bad stuff that's gonna happen happens to you, I actually want it to happen to you. I'm angry as I'm gonna get drunk and cause a problem.
How am I supposed to go to work and do all of my normal daily activities when I know that we all just chose for things to get exponentially harder?
I don't know. Be a freaking adult.
And I just want my mom. But my mom voted for it.
Exactly. And here's the thing.
This is insane.
I know. And Tom, perfect timing.
Gotta be satire.
I love this. I saw this a couple days ago. This is it. 2016, the Disney original, and the 2024 Disney remake. I mean, and everything about that image is so perfect. Right down to the recasting choice.
Looks like she doesn't need her tonsils out. So
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is that you have a bunch of overgrown children that do not have the ability to have a mental cognitive function as an adult, and they're voting, and it's terrifying. I have joked for years that I'd be all in favor of pushing the voting age up to like 30. Okay. Because your average 18, look, when this country was founded, the average
for at least 21 because you can drink at 21. So
but the average 18-year-old back then in 1776 was picking up a rifle and putting their life on the line, and many of them were shot and killed by British redcoats.
Going on 50 by that point. Yeah.
Right. It's like nowadays, 18-year-olds are still children, and a lot of them just don't know any better. Now, the one thing that's heartening, and maybe when Mark gets back, we can talk more about this, is that there's a lot of these younger, especially younger men in the younger generations, the 18 to 30-year-olds, that are skewing more towards Trump than the Democrats anticipated. And I think that is... I'm hoping that there is a natural generational resilience against what's going on out there, trying to turn them into a weakened beta, fruity pebbles, let's call it.
It's very sad to see like all of these people have this type of a reaction, and you have to look at everything that they're being fed, all of the fear mongering, right? Because the media and all of the people that they watch on TikTok, who get all of their news from the media and all the media outlets, they read tons and tons of articles, have said your rights are going to be taken away. He's literally Hitler. He's going to put you guys in camps. He's going to do all of these things that he didn't do, by the way, in his first 4 years as president. But they're being fed all of this news and information to the point where they're scared to death, that they're having these visceral reactions on Twitter. And it's just like, why are they having such unhinged reaction? One, there is a mental health crisis in this country. These people don't have the outlets that they need, or have replaced, going to therapy with just trauma dumping on TikTok, which is what you saw right there.
Bingo.
They've just completely replaced therapy with that and think, oh, this is perfectly healthy. And it's like, no, you actually need some help from a professional to deal with what you need to be, to deal with whatever problems that you have. But the fact that they will cut relationships off with their parents because they've told you the only family that you need are the family that you create. You don't need your parents, the ones that raised you. They're not taught that in schools.
It's
right?
an old
because they're
Marxist
indoctrinated
tactic.
in all of these schools.
It's
it's the family that you create. But all of this fear that the media has been pushing onto these people lead to a Minnesota man himself and his wife and his kids because he's scared of what the next 4 years of a Trump victory will look like.
I hadn't seen that story.
Yes.
That's
Oh yeah. Here, I'll put it in the project.
So
But,
as you're doing that, Steph, this is the ugly part of social media.
Yeah.
And there are good things with X. For example, I really think X is going to be transformative in our society for a positive, but there will be negatives. Fire, cooks food, but it burns down villages. So everything comes with pluses and minuses, and those could be really big depending on scale. What we're looking at with social media right now, first of all, you're going to have some people who are doing the copycat thing. So they know they'll get clicks if they get out there and act bizarro. But there's a real issue of individuals that if they acted this way at home and you were a sensible, kind person, you would get them psychiatric help.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.